Hey, Steve Paranto here again in my backyard. And you know, as an IPTPA certified instructor, I give lots of lessons in this backyard. And one of the things I cover is when and when not to ride this kitchen line. And if you've watched the top pros and you've watched them close, you'll notice that sometimes they're right on the line and sometimes they're not. We're going to show you when it's beneficial to be on the line and when it's beneficial to move back just a little bit. I'm going to explain 2 times it's very important to be close to this line. One of them is you've just returned serve, so you've hit the second ball. If you can get as close to this line as you can and both your feet in a nice ready position, I don't care if that's a split step or any way that you can make sure your feet are still, get as close to this line as you can because they're hitting the third ball, and the closer you are to that line, the better you can reach, the more difficult you're making your opponent to hit that third ball. Another time it's important to stay close to this line is you're winning the dinking rally. You're moving your opponent all over the place. And it's more likely that they're going to pop the ball up to you first, especially if you're close to this line and you can reach it and hit it out of the air. Now let me show you 2 times it's important not to be riding this line. One is you've been dinking and you've dinked the person straight across from you a very, very short ball. The net's in the way. Your opponent can only hit you up high if they hit a fast one, and they can also lob you. So if you do dink a super short ball straight across, just take a step back, but make sure your feet are on the ground and ready with your paddle up. The only ball they can hit to you fast is here. If they dink it, you can easily move forward. And if they lob it, you'll probably be able to hit it out of the air just because you move back. Another situation where you should be taking a step back is you've dinked one maybe a little bit too long and it's going to bounce. And your opponent is taking a back step and they're going to drive the ball. Well, to give yourself more time for that ball, just take a step back. Make sure your feet are both on the ground though when they hit it so you're not backing up as you hit. But look, it's so easy. Just quickly step back. Now you're ready for the hard ball. Here's an example of my opponent Spencer dinking the ball super short, very short, and he doesn't take a step back, and I can pop him. He doesn't have much time to react. That's the ball I'm talking about. He dinked it so short, he just didn't have much time to react. Now, if he would have taken a step back, had his paddle up, he would have had time to react to that ball. So the other advantage of taking a slight step back when you dink the ball very short, you're also protecting yourself from being lobbed because it's very easy to lob the ball over their head when they don't have much time to react. Watch. And that ball's just inside the baseline. All I had to do is get it just outside of my opponent's reach, and it's going to land in. If he would have moved back just a step, he would have been able to hit that ball out of the air. Okay, now Spencer's going to show what happens when the ball super short. He takes a step back and I try to pop it. He had this much more time to react, which can make a big difference in the pickleball game. Okay, now watch how much more difficult it is for me to lob over Spencer if he dinks a super short ball to me and takes just a step back. He had plenty of time to hit that overhead smash. If he was riding that line, I would have got that ball over his paddle. So let me remind you, the 2 times where you want to stay as close to that line as possible are you've just returned serve, you've hit a nice deep return, you've come up to the net, you want to make your opponent have a very difficult third ball. By being as close to this line, you can do that. The other situation is you're controlling the dinking rally, you're making your opponents move around, they're more likely to pop the ball up to you, so you are taking advantage by being close to the net. And remember, there's 2 reasons why you want to take a step back from the line when you dink the ball super short. We're talking about the very short dinks. And that is because you're protecting yourself, giving yourself time if they're popping you, and you're also making it way more difficult for them to throw up a lob over you.